Today we are here to deal with the issue of the memorial lecture of the late Chief Justice Benedict Kiwanuka, and I'll proceed to make a statement. As you are aware, it is now a tradition in the judiciary to hold a memorial lecture in honor of the first Ugandan Chief Justice, Benedict Kiwanuka. This tradition began way back in 2018, and this year, 2021, will be the fourth year that we shall be holding this lecture. This lecture is held in recognition of his beliefs in the observance of the rule of law and the respect for human rights, for which he paid for with his dear life. We'll briefly talk about who Benedict Kiwanuka was. Chief Justice Emeritus Benedict Kiwanuka was born on 8th of May, 1922, in Chisabwa village in the present-day Bukomansimbi district. In 1940, he dropped out of school and he joined the King's Rifles and fought the World War II. After the World War, he returned and was employed as a court clerk and interpreter at this very premises, the High Court, in 1945. He was later appointed a library assistant, and he used this time to read many law books. Later, he enrolled for a law course in Lesotho from 1950 to 1952. Thereafter, he did a bar course at the University College of London from 1952 to 1956. He practiced law from 1956 to 1959 before he became President General of the Democratic Party in 1958. He served as the Chief Minister in 1961, and in 1962 he became the Prime Minister in the new National Assembly. Benedict Kiwanuka fled the country after the attack of Kawaka's palace by Obote's government in 1966. And 3 years later, he returned to the country and was arrested and detained. In 1971, when Amin seized power, he was freed with other political detainees. He was made one of President Amin's advisors. What followed in 1971, he was appointed the first Ugandan-born Chief Justice and the second Black Chief Justice in Uganda after Sir Udo Udoma of Nigeria. In 1972, a British businessman called Daniel Stewart was arrested and detained in Luzira on orders of President Idi Amin. No judge or lawyer was willing to handle the case, and the British High Commissioner appealed to the Chief Justice Benedict Kiwanuka to handle that case. Being the fearless man that he was, the Chief Justice Benedict Kiwanuka agreed to handle the case of the businessman, and he issued a writ of habeas corpus and warned the military against interfering with the work of the judiciary. He released the businessman, and he ordered that the army had no powers to detain civilians. On the 21st of September 1972, the Chief Justice was abducted from his chambers, which were right here at the High Court premises, and that chamber still remains the current chambers of the Chief Justice. Since that dark day, the whereabouts of the first Ugandan Chief Justice remain unknown. No exact account is given of the Chief Justice after the abduction. The judiciary 4 years ago, therefore, decided to commemorate annually this great man that stood for the rule of law and died for it. This year, the judiciary will commemorate the day on the 27th of September and not the 21st of September, as has always been the case. And this has been due to unavoidable circumstances that were previously communicated. We are in the new normal of COVID-19 pandemic, and therefore the celebration will be both scientific and virtual.
Magistrate was attempted on at Wandegea in those rights. So what we can say is that judicial officers, like any other Ugandans, face those challenges where they are attacked by terrorists, by criminals. So of course we condemn that, and hopefully the security will continue improving for all Ugandans, including the judicial officers.
Who are already entitled to security, and so they each have bodyguards and all the necessary security. The lower bench officers who are not entitled, whenever there is a threat, it is brought to the attention of the administration, which works with the Uganda Police Force, and such officers who are having